输了，你很厉害。真正让徐天然感到恐惧的情况只有一种，领主战果是丰富的，不过还没动摇日月地。
The planet of the Soul Land is an entire world. Long ago, 3 nations lived in peace and harmony. But everything changed when the people of the Sun Moon Empire collided with the DONGHUA continent, the Soul Land, and declared war on the 3 native empires. The Sun Moon Empire is the official opposing side in the plot of Soul Land 2. Territorially, it is a massive state conglomerate, a union of large territories, located on the western continent of the Sun Moon Empire. According to historical data, about 6,000 years after the Great War against the Spirit Hall and Tang San's ascension, a massive tectonic shift occurred on the planet DONGHUA. As a result, the western continent of the Sun and Moon collided with the eastern continent of DONGHUA. Following these events, the Sun Moon Empire most likely suffered severe material losses. To distract its people from these internal crises, the empire didn't even look for any diplomatic solutions with its new neighbors. Instead, it launched an aggressive campaign of conquest. This expansion was moving forward steadily until the forces of the Sun Moon Empire met fierce resistance from the combined forces of 60 titled DONGHUAs, under the protectorate of Shrek Academy, led by the Academy's dean at the time, Dean Ling. This resulted in the capitulation of the Sun Moon Empire. They withdrew from the territory of the DONGHUA continent, harboring a deep grudge against the 3 native empires, and especially against Shrek Academy. The subsequent history is unknown, but throughout all these years, power in the empire has been passed down through the male line of the Shu family. Their inherited martial souls are the Sun and Moon souls, as well as the rare Purple Destruction Sky Dragon soul. About 15 years before the events of Soul Land 2, a palace coup took place in the empire with military backing. As a result, the previous ruling family was almost completely wiped out. Only 7-year-old Shu Tianhe, also known as He Kaito, survived. The brother of the overthrown emperor came to power, establishing his dictatorship. The continent of the Sun Moon Empire is surrounded by seas on 3 sides. The landscape consists mainly of mountain ranges, forests and plains, where all the major cities are located, such as Radiant City or Mingdu, Dawn City, Cloud Network City, Seajoy City, Oak City, etc. The Sun Moon Empire itself presents itself as a typical absolute monarchy, where power is maintained through a military and police elite. The emperor is an absolute utilitarian ruler, possessing the full scope of executive, legislative, and judicial power. In terms of population size, density, and demographic metrics, the Sun Moon Empire leads the planet. The indigenous population is mostly represented by tall, well-built people with a bronze skin tone, especially the imperial family, but with rather weak soul power foundations. Consequently, alongside soul masters, soul engineers, mechanics play a crucial role in society. Despite all its brutality in foreign policy and royal intrigues, the empire's social policy is highly advanced. The empire encourages social growth among its population, regardless of their soul talent. Every resident has the right to free basic education, healthcare, employment, and so on. Due to their rather weak soul foundations and a vast wealth of mineral resources, the empire's society is characterized by an industrial model of development and extensive research technologies. The population is heavily conditioned with the idea of the superiority of machines over soul masters. The primary instrument of influence in the social sphere, scientific research, and foreign policy struggles are the soul engineers of the Sun Moon Empire. This is an elite class that the state meticulously and completely nurtures. A soul engineer or mechanic is a specialization of a soul master whose primary focus lies in the production, development, and or utilization of soul tools. Following the path of a soul engineer, a master still needs to break through soul ranks for greater development. The empire tries to succeed in this by any means necessary, utilizing doping, herbs, and unconventional medical practices. As a result, the already fragile soul foundation can be damaged, meaning that rarely does a master reach the titled DONGHUA level, and transcendent titled DONGHUAs can be counted on one hand. The Soul Engineer system has its own grading scale depending on soul engineering skills and soul rank, ranging from a rank 1 soul engineer at the Spirit Scholar level to a rank 9 soul engineer at the titled DONGHUA level and above. They are divided into research and design engineers and melee and ranged manufacturing engineers. There are also engineers who manufacture custom tools for individual use. The category of active control engineers deserves special mention. This is a class of mechanics, usually with outstanding soul attributes, whose main task is to master various soul tools for immediate use without the need for detailed study, blueprint design, or assembly. Another noteworthy category is civil engineers, engineers who strive to use their full creative potential for the needs of the general population. The journey begins with basic education, which includes soul practices, blacksmithing, and materials science. From there, advanced training options are available. The most prominent educational institutions for training soul engineers are the Sun Moon Imperial Soul Engineering Academy and the Mingdu Engineering Academy. The most outstanding engineers have the opportunity to become part of the Holy of Holies of Soul Engineering, the illustrious Virtue Hall. The minimum criteria are a rank 5 soul engineer status and a recommendation from an academy. This is where the strongest mechanics and their creations are forged for the benefit of the Empire's war machine. Huo Yuhao studied here as well. The absolute pinnacle of a soul engineer's path is the main research institute of soul engineering, the alma mater of the most exceptional engineers and their creations, the Imperial Hall of Enlightenment. Whoever holds it in their hands is truly blessed by the heavens. The minimum criterion to enter is being a rank 9 mechanic. Soul engineers and the army. Another prestigious option that requires less strict conditions for soul engineers is the Army of the Sun Moon Empire. The Empire's army is a standing military organization. It consists of the main forces, the reserves, and the highest military echelon known as the Nation Protecting Hand. The main army consists of low-level soul masters and slash or engineers. The minimum requirement is either a level 20 soul master or a rank 2 soul engineer. The army is fully funded by the state budget and actively encourages the soul and engineering development of its soldiers. The main force consists of 6 legions, from the strongest 1st legion down to the 6th, which has the lowest requirements. Each legion consists of at least 500 soul engineers or soul masters equipped with tools for linked soul attacks and slash or defense, and at least 10,000 regular soldiers. The reserve legions are largely recruited from the citizens of the Empire and later from captured lands, as well as soul masters unfamiliar with using soul tools. There they undergo training in military field tactics, physical conditioning, and tool utilization. The Nation Protecting Hand. This is an elite military formation entirely loyal and accountable to the imperial family and the highest military circles. It is equipped with all the advanced soul technologies from the illustrious Virtue Hall and the Imperial Hall of Enlightenment. It includes the Imperial Legion of the Sun Moon Empire, the Thumb of the Nation Protecting Hand, and 4 beast rank legions, named after great beasts, each possessing its own unique combat doctrines. Well, we will cover further information in the next video if you are interested. Special thanks to Alexander Belusov for gathering the material. Thank you so much for watching. Subscribe to the channel, leave a like, and bye everyone.